Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About, and in this episode we're talking about SCP-168, or the Sentient Calculator. I picked this one because it kind of caught my eye. Just the name Sentient Calculator got my brain going, what? It has an interview, which I'm very excited to read, and you will see why. Object class is safe, meaning it's relatively harmless, easy to contain, and overall poses little to no threat, and is pretty much understood. I really have nothing to say at the beginning of this. I just really want to get into it and start the episode immediately because I'm excited and I have a lot of motivation right now and I'm like amped up and ready to go. So, let us begin. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-168 is to remain in Observation Room 221-D of Sector 28. It should be propped at the full angle that its casing allows, facing the unshuttered window provided. The entrance is to remain locked, with entrance available by request. Based on prior research, it is not to be used as a normal calculator would. Discussion with SCP-168 is encouraged, but is to be limited to a maximum of 1 hour per day, no exceptions. So it can talk. Well, that paragraph revealed a lot. It just basically described how it's contained in its room. I don't know the different sectors, but it's in an observation room and propped up at an angle towards an unshuttered window. Though it's recommended not to be used as a normal calculator would be. I wonder why. Is it like if you use it as a normal calculator, something happens? Because it said that conversation is encouraged, discussion is encouraged, meaning you can talk to the thing, which is what the interview is at the bottom, but it's encouraged, whereas using it as a normal calculator is discouraged. And only a limit of 1 hour per day, no exceptions. I wonder why. Maybe it gets overwhelmed. A calculator gets overwhelmed, you know? That's all for Special Container Procedures as well. Immediately after that is the description, so I think we'll just move straight into that, because the Special Container Procedures they leave nothing up for discussion. They just kind of are like, yep, here it is. This is what it's in. Anyways, moving on. But the only thing I would want to make a discussion of is why 1 hour per day. I would guess that it just gets overwhelmed, but there could be some other thing that I'm not thinking of. Probably. Let's just do the description. Found resting on a desk during clearance of the condemned redacted elementary school building in 1990 redacted. SCP-168 is a Hewlett-Packard brand graphing calculator. Model number HP-28C. Upon initial inspection, it was discovered that the name Eric was carved into the inside of the removable casing. However, upon inputting a simple equation, 6 divided by 3, and pressing the equals button, the screen of the device went blank for 3 minutes and 34 seconds, after which the alternate key function engaged, displaying the message, "What time is it?" So it doesn't talk. If you know what a calculator does, at least a graphing calculator, the ones that I'm used to at least, there's a way, like, each button can sometimes be linked to a letter in the alphabet. And if you do, a certain, like, button key, you can type with it instead of do math. You could type a message with it. What that says to me is that instead of talking, like it doesn't have a speaker, it doesn't talk out loud, it uses that text to communicate, which is kind of cool. But it also begs question, like, if you input a simple equation, like they did 6 divided by 3, the answer being 2, why it went blank for 3 minutes and 34 seconds, and then asked what time is it. So instead of a calculator, just like, yep, here's the answer, it's like this one was thinking. And it's sentient, meaning it is thinking, but what I'm mainly thinking of is it doesn't do math the way it should. It has to decide to display the answer, which is kind of cool. I don't think this thing would pose any real threat. It's just kind of interesting, kind of really cool to think about. I don't know what a Hewlett-Packard brand graphing calculator looks like. This article doesn't have a picture. I should mention that. However, looking it up like in a separate tab, if you just look up SCP-168 and go to Google Images, this is the first image to come up. It says it's from the SCP Foundation. It's just not in this article, but this is supposedly what it looks like. Just a normal calculator. I don't think... Maybe the encarving of the name is the thing that gave it sentience. But whoever Eric is, I don't know who that is, but whoever that may be, maybe he's the person that gave it life. Or maybe it just kind of happened. How did this thing gain sentience? What does it really mean for a calculator to be sentient? It's just understand human speech. That's kind of it. Just really weird. Continuing on, there's a one-sentence thing here. For a log of the conversation, those with level 2 clearance should see addendum report E-12. So level 2 security clearance. I'm gonna guess that's pretty easy to obtain. And that means you can read the interview log. Apparently I am that, but... I just am thinking, like, what kind of conversation should you have a calculator? Like, can you do math? Yeah, I can. It's my function. Life. For me, at least, that's what I do. I don't know, though. Like, what if this thing knows? I don't know. It's a calculator. It's not like it's smart. It's not like it's a thread. It's a literal box that's alive, and I don't know why. That's the real question. Why and how? But I don't think we're gonna get that because that's the reason it's an SCP. Continuing on. Though not altogether mobile, SCP-168 has displayed signs of action when personnel are not present. It also possesses both vision and hearing, though how these processes work is currently unknown. For more information, refer to Addendum Report E-18. This evidence has led to petitioning to upgrade the object to Euclid class, justifying more secure arrangements for containment. Okay, here's all the questions. Let's go one at a time. Displays signs of actions when personnel are not present. Does that mean it can move? And if it can move, how the hell does a calculator move? It also says it has vision and hearing. I can live with hearing. That makes sense. You know what doesn't make sense? It's pretty easy. Vision. Where? How? Why? Huh? Why? What? It can hear, which makes sense if you're having a conversation with it, but it also has vision? How? Where would its, quote, eyes be? Addendum Report E-18. That's at the bottom, past the interview, so I guess we'll learn more about that. Moving on, we have the interview. Recorded log of dialogue between SCP-168 and Dr. Howard, dated January 14th, 2008. In parentheses, replies from SCP-168 are to remain capitalized to indicate non-vocal communication and preserve authenticity. SCP-168 is also incapable of forming punctuation marks, save for period, comma, and question mark. So, like, no apostrophes, can't really do anything like that. But it is a interview between these two things. But these two things. These two things, you know, the doctor is a thing, not a person, he's a thing. I don't know who Dr. Howard is, I don't know if he serves importance, I only know Dr. Bright. That's because Dr. Bright is cool. And because there's a lot of funny memes with him. That's the only doctor I really know, that and Dr. Gears, but that's because of SCP-001 entries. But I do not know a Dr. Howard, but let's just do the interview. It starts with Dr. Howard and then goes from there. Can you hear me? Yes. Do you have a name? Calculator? May I call you 168? I don't see why not. Good. How long have you been alive, 168? What is alive? Being able to think. Oh. SCP-168 pauses for approximately 2 minutes. 12 years, 3 months, 12 days, 8 minutes, and 32 seconds. Why did that take so long? No one's ever asked? Moving on. There's a name carved into your casing. Who is Eric? Eric was nice. I liked Eric. Where has he gone? I don't know where he has gone, 168. What a forgetful boy. I hope he remembers to come back for me again. Was Eric your owner? Eric was nice. Alright. Do you function as a calculator should, 168? I should hope so. May I try using you to calculate an equation? Something like 2 plus 2. Yes. Dr. Howard enters 2 plus 2 and hits the equals key. The answer, 4, appears on SCP-168's screen instantaneously. May I try another one? Without telling you what it is first. Yes. Dr. Howard enters 264 divided by 8 and hits the equals key. The answer 33 appears on SCP-168's screen after 12 seconds. Why did that take so long, 168? Long division is hard. I think that's enough for today. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, 168. Wait, it's dark in here. Can you open the window? There's no window in this room, 168. Can I have another room with a window in it? I'm afraid not. No fair. It's been able to think, and it calculated this, which is pretty cool, for 12 years, 3 months, 12 days, 8 minutes, and 32 seconds. 12 years. 12 and a fourth, so 12... Yeah, 12 years. That's... Wow. It's been an SCP for that long? How long has it been in containment? Compared to those 12 years, comparative to it, was Eric aware of its being able to think and therefore kept it for a while and then forgot it, and then the school got condemned and his calculator was trapped in there and then they went in and they found it? Or was it that it was like it became sentient? Eric was like, what the f-? And kind of abandoned it? Because personally, I would accept either of those options. Because it's a talking calculator, or that thereof, a talking calculator. Eric was nice. I liked Eric. Where has he gone? And then, was Eric your owner? Eric was nice. He's not, the SCP is not saying yes. Maybe instead of an owner, Eric was its creator. And if that's the case, that's even more interesting. I mean, instead of it being like a child, like an owner, it's a creator. But the calculator wants a room with a window. Dark in here, can you open a window? There's no window in this room. Can I have another room with a window in it? No. That's not fair. I want a window, man. This calculator's funny. I like it. I want it. I want the calculator. I want to talk to this calculator. That'd be fun. I like it. It's cool. Sounds chill. I like him. Though I am a bit concerned as to why long division is hard if it's a calculator. That alone fuels the idea that it's not a sentient calculator, that there's like a soul trapped in it or something like that. Because like long division is hard. A calculator doesn't have that issue. There's one more section here. Document 168-2, report E-18. I'm just going to read this whole thing as it seems to be a note from Dr. Howard. Upon entering storage room 185-D to continue testing with SCP-168 on the morning of January 15th, 2008, I discovered the only table in the room appended. with SCP-168 resting next to it in an upright position. It's screen red. How do you like that? Teach you to leave me in the dark all day, jerk. Attempts to communicate with SCP-168 after that point were ignored. I suggest that we move it to a room like 221-D if we want to get anything actually useful out of it. Dr. Howard. I love this calculator. I love this calculator so much. This is the funniest calculator ever. That's the whole article, mind you. That's it. It flipped a table. It upended a table and propped itself against it, meaning it does move. It does move. But it flipped the table. I don't know how. It flipped the table and on its screen just said, "How do you like that? Teaches you to leave me alone in the dark all day, you jerk." Like, dude, that's hilarious. But how does it move? How did it flip a table? I kind of don't like that idea, that it can just do that. How strong is this calculator? Did the calculator flip the table or did something else? And if something else did, what the hell is with this calculator? Because personally, it's weird. How did this calculator flip a table? And then afterwards, Dr. Howard's like, "I think we should move him to a room with a window." I'm gonna be honest. I think that's a good idea. Maybe that shows that this calculator doesn't like the dark. Well, it definitely shows he doesn't like the dark, but is he, like, afraid, or is he just like, "Hey, I want some light, please"? It's kind of mean not to have it. The fact that you have to, like, support an SCP, like, you have to, like, make him satisfied, and it's a calculator. At what point in your life are you taking care of a calculator, you know? If this thing got out, I don't think anyone would really care. Maybe somebody would be like, "Oh, that's not normal. I want that to stay away from me." Which is a pretty normal reaction. But I feel like some people get a kick out of it. I know I would. I'd love that. Calculator. It'd be funny. It's kind of sad. Like if you're talking to a calculator, but like, I know that's kind of cute. Not cute. Cute is not the word I wanted to use there. It's kind of cool. Wrong C word. Cute and cool. Very different. I wanted to say cool. I don't know why cute came out of me, but cool. Not really much else I can say. Kind of said my piece. So I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you all so much for listening. If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe, as that helps me with motivation, as well as just makes me overall happier and wanting to do this more often. If you have any suggestions for an SCP, leave a comment and I will be sure to read it. Now that I have all my sprites for the time being, I will now be able to expand to any SCP interviewer now. If you think it's cool, leave a comment and I will get to it as soon as I can. Thank you all so much for watching or listening or whatever you were doing, background noise or not, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!